Namaha. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Okay. So, in Lalitha Sahasranamam, we are seeing Shloka number 94. Kumara Gananathamba Tushtihi Pushtihi Matihi Dhritihi Shantihi Swastimati Kantihi Nandini Vighnanashini. This is the shloka. We have seen the first is like Kumara Gananathamba. She is the mother of Kumara and Ganesha, Murugan and Mahaganapati. We saw. And then the 7 namas from Tushtihi. Tushtihi, Pushtihi, Matihi, Dhritihi, Shantihi, Swastimati, Kantihi. So these 7 namas are some important qualities that we all should have. And here Vagdevi says Ambal is nothing but these important qualities. What are these qualities? These qualities are nothing but Bhagavat Swarupam. We get these qualities because of Ambal. Ambal is present in all of us as these qualities. In fact, that is how we should interpret. That is how we should understand. Ambal is present in all of us as these 7 qualities. What are these 7 qualities? Tushtihi, Tushtihi, Santushti, Santosham, happiness, Tushyati. Everybody should be happy in their life. Everybody should be contented in your life, in their life. We have money, we don't have money, we have means to to enjoy life, we don't have means to enjoy life. All those things are irrelevant to the happiness that we have. A person can still be a beggar and he could still be happy. In fact, Acharya says, Bhagavad Pada Acharya says, Kaupina Vantaha Kalu Bhagyavantaha Abdingra. Kaupina Vantaha, sannyasi who wears nothing but a kaupinam. He does not have people of his own. He does not have good clothes to wear. He does not have a roof above his head. But he is Kalu Bhagyavantaha. He is Bhagyavan. Says Acharya Bhagavad Pada, because he is Tushtihi. He is ever happy. And that happiness in all of us is Ambal. So if anyone is happy, understand that Ambal is present with you at that time. Tushtihi. Next nama, Tushtihi. Tushtihi means nourishment, health. Pushti means health. Good health is nothing but Ambal's prasadam, Bhagavat prasadam. In fact, the other thing is also true. Ambal is Tushtihi, Ambal is Pushtihi. If you want Tushti and Pushti, if you worship Ambal, she will give us happiness. She will give us nice health as well. Ipo namakku romba thevayanadu Pushtihi. Ambal is good health. And then Matihi, intellect. This is very, 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 very important. We should never be an emotionally driven person. We should never be an instinctively driven person. If something happens and we react instinctively, man is a social animal. Man still have instinctive habits that we inherited from our ancestors. I mean, our ancestors, I'm not talking about forefathers. I am ancestors, I'm talking about animals. Because in the course of evolution, they were our ancestors. We still retain the animalistic behavior in all of us. That is why we get so angry. That is why we get so angry for even a small thing. Just like how a dog or a lion gets angry for a very, very small thing. We also have, everybody has those animalistic behavior. But what differentiates human from all those animals is our intellect. our buddhi. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu buddhi rupena samstita namastasye 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 namo namaha. அப்படிங்கிற ஆஹார நித்ரா பய மைதுனஞ்ச சமானமேதத்து பசுபிர் நரானாம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஸ்லோகமே சொல்றது. ஆஹார நித்ரா பய மைதுனஞ்ச சமாஹி சமானம் ஏதத்து பசுபிர் நரானாம் புத்திர்ஹி ஏஷாம் அதிகோ விசேஷா அப்படின்னு ஆஹார ஃபுட், நித்ரா ஸ்லீப், பயா ஃபியர், மைதுனம் ability or wanting to procreate, all these things are pashubhir naranam samanam. All these things are common between humans and all the animals. What is that differentiating factor that differentiates ourselves from animals? Buddhirhi tesham adhiko visheshaha. The only thing that differentiates ourselves from animals is buddhi. Without buddhi, a human being is nothing but an animal, says the Shloka, and Ambal is present in that form of buddhi. So that is why Ambal is called as buddhi. Next nama, dhritihi. Dhritihi, dhairyam. You know, we all should have some dhairyam in our hearts. Without any dhairyam, you know, சொல்லுவா இல்லையா, கோழைக்கு வீரனுக்கு ஒரு நாள் தான் சாவு, கோழைக்கு தினம் தினம் சாவு அப்படிம்பா இல்லையா. அந்த மாதிரி கோழையா இருந்தோம்னா, if you don't have dhriti, if we don't have dhairyam, if we don't have a courage to face situations. Whenever I say veeran, it does not mean that we have to take, you know, all the weapons and go to border and fight with the enemies. That is one type of veeram, we understand. But we need to have courage to face all the adverse situations in our life. We need to have courage to face all the adverse situations in our life. Our lives will be up and down. We can never be, if we are going through some sad phase in our life, don't lose your courage, because Ambal is in the form of courage. If somebody has got some courage, then Ambal is present with them. அப்படிங்கிறா பாரதியார் பாடுறார். நல்லதோர் வீணை செய்தே அதை நலங்கெட புழுதியில் எறிவதுண்டோ, சொல்லடி சிவசக்தி என சுடர்மிகும் அறிவுடன் படைத்து விட்டாய், வல்லமை தாராயோ இந்த மாநிலம் பயிரற வாழ்வதற்கே, சொல்லடி சிவசக்தி நில சுமையென வாழ்ந்திட புகுவையோ, விசையுறு பந்தினை போல் உள்ளம் வேண்டிய படிசலும் உடல் கேட்டேன், நசையரு மரங்கேட்டேன், நித்தம் நவமெனச் சுடர் தரும் உயிர் கேட்டேன், தசையினை தீச்சுடினும் சிவ சக்தியை பாடும் நல் அகங்கேட்டேன், அசைவரு மதி கேட்டேன், இவை அருள்வதில் உனக்கேதும் தடையுள்ளதோ அப்படிங்கிறார் பாரதியார். He does not have his next meal. 2 பொண்ணு கல்யாணம் பண்றதுக்கு 10 பைசா கிடையாது, நாளைக்கு சாப்பிடுறதுக்கு ஆத்துல அரிசி கிடையாது. But he says, விசையுறு பந்தினை போல் உள்ளம் வேண்டிய படிசலும் உடல் கேட்டேன், நசை அரு மனங்கேட்டேன், நித்தம் நவமணி சுடர் தரும் உயிர் கேட்டேன், தசையினை தீச்சுடினும் சிவ சக்தியை பாடும் நல் அகங்கேட்டேன், அசைவரு மதி கேட்டேன், இவை அருள்வதில் உனக்கெதும் தடையுள்ளதோ. He puts a big list to Shakti, to Ambal, and he asks, hey Shakti, do you have any inhibition? இவை அருள்வதில் உனக்கெதும் தடையுள்ளதோ? Do you have any problem to grant all these things for me? அந்த மாதிரி திருதி, அந்த மாதிரி தைரியத்தோட இருக்கிறதுக்கு பேரு தான் திருத்தின்னு பேர். Ambal is in the form of that dhritihi. Up until this we saw in the last class. Now we have to see the second line of the shloka. Shantihi, swastimati, kantihi, nandini, விக்னநாசினி. சாந்திஹி, அமைதி. மனசு அமைதியா இருக்கணும். என்ன இருந்தாலும் இல்லைனாலும் மனசு அமைதியா இல்லைன்னா அந்த வாழ்க்கை வாழ்ந்து பிரயோஜனமே இல்லை. Whatever things we have, whatever things we don't have, we all should have peace in our mind, peace in our day-to-day activities. If we have money or not does not matter. If we have selvak, if we have voice or not, it does not matter. If we don't have peace, there is no point at all in life itself. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Prasade sarva dukkanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetasahyashu buddhihi paryavatishthite nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi ashantasya kutassukham அப்படிங்கிற nasti buddhira yuktasya. For that person whose mind is not balanced, whose mind is not tranquil, nasti buddhihi ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nasti buddhihi ayuktasya buddhihi nasti. He does not have any knowledge. He will not have any intellect. Who does not have any intellect? Whose mind is not balanced. Nacha yuktasya bhavana. And a person whose mind is imbalanced, he cannot also do any meditation. He cannot do any contemplation. A thing has happened, an adverse reaction, an adverse incident has happened in our office or in our family. We have to go back to that adverse situation and we have to think it through. Okay, why did that happen? நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, ஸ்டேட்டஸ் ரிப்போர்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்றான். வாட் இஸ் ஸ்டேட்டஸ் ரிப்போர்ட்? Something has happened, something bad, something which we don't want has happened. In project, it has failed. We did a release and it didn't go like the way we want. We were doing a project, it didn't go the way that we want. We have a family function that did not go the way that we want. That is fine. We did all our things, but we, for some reason, unfortunately, it did not go the way that we want. But we should not stop with that. We have to go back and we have to understand what did we do wrong in that situation. What has went wrong? ஒரு எக்ஸாம் எழுதுறோம், எக்ஸாம்ல பாஸ் பண்ண முடியல. What has gone wrong? We have to see. Nacha yuktasya bhavana அப்படிங்கிற nacha bhavayata shantihi, that person who is not contemplative. If a person who has not learned from their mistakes, we have to learn from our mistakes. For those people who have not learned from their mistakes, nacha bhavayata shantihi abhavayataha na shantihi, they won't have any peace in their life. அப்படிங்கிறார் கிருஷ்ணர். அசாந்தஸ்ய குதசுகம். For those people who do not have any peace in their life, how can there be happiness? I am not asking, Krishna is asking in Bhagavad Gita. So shantihi, peace is very, very important. When I say peace, all the things that we saw in this shloka, nasti buddhi ayuktasya, buddhihi will come, bhavana will come, shantihi will come, and from shanti, sukham will also come. All these things are Ambal's prasadam, shantihi, and then swastimati. Swastimati. Swasti, su asti is swasti, or sushtuhu asti is swasti. What is su asti or sushtuhu asti? Su ரொம்ப நல்ல அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். அஸ்தி இருக்கிறது, நன்னா இருக்கிறது, கரெக்டா இருக்கிறது, எப்படி எப்படி இருக்கணுமோ அப்படி எப்படி இருக்கிறது. If you are a parent, you behave exactly as parent. Don't behave like a police officer in front of your son. You can be a manager, you can be a project manager in your office, but we cannot do all those things in our house, because house is family, and we cannot also be how we behave in our family in our office. That also will not work. So swasti, those people, depending upon what they are, depending upon where they are, they behave the way that they are expected to. They behave the way that they should. That is called as swasti. Also, swasti means without any problem, feeling abundant of happiness. எப்படி தெரியுது அப்படின்னா, உடம்பு நன்னா இல்ல. In Tamil, they will say உடம்பு நன்னா இல்ல அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு என்ன சொல்லுவா? உடம்பு நன்னா இருக்கா அப்படின்னு கேட்டு, ஓகே யுவர் ஹெல்த் இஸ் வெல், இஸ் யுவர் ஹெல்த் ஓகே அப்படின்னு கேட்கறதுக்கு உடம்பு ஸ்வஸ்தமா இருக்கேளா அப்படின்பா. ஆர் if you came out of an operation, ஏதோ ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்திருக்கு, கொரோனாவே வந்திருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். கொரோனா வந்துட்டு நன்னானதுக்கு அப்புறம் கொரோனா ஸ்வஸ்தமாயிடுதா அப்படின்னு கேட்பா. வாட் இஸ் மீன் பை ஸ்வஸ்தமா இருது? ஸ்வஸ்தி. சுவஸ்தி, நன்னா இருக்கேளா, நீங்க எப்படி இருக்கணுமோ அப்படி இருக்கேளா அப்படின்னு கேட்கறதுக்கு ஸ்வஸ்தி. So behaving the naturally they behave, that is also called as ஸ்வஸ்தி. இன்ஃபேக்ட் அந்த சூ அப்படிங்கிற இதுல இருந்து தான் வேதமே சொல்றது. நவ் வி சே ஹாவ் அ குட் மார்னிங், have a good day அப்படின்லாம் நம்ம சொல்றோம். When we wish somebody we say okay, have a good morning, have a good day. How did this practice come from? Where did this practice come from? What is the practice? Have a good day, have a good morning அப்படின்னா வேதத்திலிருந்து வருது. The Veda teaches us, Veda teaches us, pray to Ambal for a good day, pray to Swami for a good morning. Veda tells that. Where does it tell? Everybody will chant this. Sushachame sudhinanchame. Su ushachame sudhinanchame. Usha means morning. Ushat kalam அப்படிங்கறோம் morning. Su usha, I should have a good morning. Sudhinam, dinam day. Sudhinam, I should have a good day. And the சூங்கிறதுக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொன்னேன். So சுஷாச்சமே சுதினஞ்சமே ஸ்வஸ்திமதி. Let my presence be auspicious. That is also swasti. Swasti na indro vruddhashravaha. Swasti na pusha vishwavedaha. Swasti na stariksho arishthanemihi. Swasti no brahaspatir dhadatu. Swasti na indra. Let Indra be auspicious to me. Swasti na pusha. Let pusha be. Pushan is a Vedic deity. Let that Pushan be happy, auspicious to me. Swasti na pusha vishwa. Swasti na stariksho arishthanemihi. Swasti no brahaspatir dhadatu. Let Brihaspati be auspicious to me. அப்படின்றோம் மங்களம் ஆசீர்வாதம் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு ஸ்வஸ்தின்னு பேரு. ஸ்வஸ்தி பிரஜாபிய பரிபாலயந்தாம் நியாயேன மார்கேன மஹீம் மஹீஷாஹ. ஸ்வஸ்தி பிரஜாபிய பரிபாலயந்தாம், பிரஜாபிய பரிபாலயந்தாம் ஸ்வஸ்தி. Let it is like an ஆசீர்வாதம். So Ambal is present in us, present in all of us as blessings. நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, ஏதோ ஒண்ணு நன்னா வந்ததுன்னா oh it is all blessings அப்படிங்கிறோம் இல்லையா. Ambal is present in all of us as that blessing. That is why it is called as Swastihi. Ambal is called as Swasti. And then Kantihi. What is Kantihi? அந்த உடம்பு பார்க்கறதுக்கே அவ்வளோ நன்னா இருக்கான். காந்தி மீன்ஸ் தேஜஸ் அப்படிங்கிறோம். The physical form, the very physical form itself, it is so beautiful. Yadevi sarva bhuteshu kanti rupena samsthita namastasyai 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 namo namaha அப்படிங்கிற the divine rays that emanate from Ambal is called as Kantihi. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Bhaskaracharya quotes this Veda mantra, quotes this Upanishad mantra here. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi. Surya, Chandra, Minnal. Minnal means what? Lightning. Agni, fire. All of these things are so kanti. They are so beautiful. They are so illuminating, right? And here Veda says they themselves don't have any power to illuminate. They only borrow from Ambal's power. Ambal has blessed them with her own power to illuminate others. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati, says Upanishad. So Kanti. So these 7 namas are very, 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 very important namas. They represent the guna that we should all have. If anybody has got less of any guna, then chanting this shloka, Kumaraganathamba tushtif pushtir matridritihi shanti swastimati kantir nandini vighnanashini yad bhavam tad bhavati. If you worship Ambal as Tushtihi, you will get Tushti in life. If you worship Ambal as Pushtihi, you will get Pushti in your life. If you worship Ambal as Dhritihi, we will also get Dhriti, courage in our life. So depending upon what we need, you worship Ambal as that. So here one thing that I need to mention, in the first line, it is Tushtihi. Tushtihi, first ta. People normally make that mistake as pronouncing it as dushtihi. Dushtihi na kettaval, dushtainu arthame marivedum. So it has to be carefully pronounced. Kumara Gananathamba Tushtif Pushtir Matradhritihi, and not Dushtif Pushtir Matradhritihi. Be very, 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 very careful while chanting. Moving on to the next nama, Nandini Vighnanashini. Nandini, daughter of Nandagopala. Daughter of Nandagopala is Nandini. In Devi Mahatmyam, Ambal says, Vaivasvatentare prapte ashtavimshati me yuge Shumbho nishumbais chaivanya utpatsyete mahasurau Nandagopa grihe jata Yashoda garbhasambhava tatastau nashayishyami Vindhyachala nivasini. Devas after the Shumba and Nishumba Vada. After Shumba and Nishumba Vada, Devas, they worship Ambal. Ambal comes in front of the Devas and Ambal, Yennavaram vendum kill. For that, Deva asks, whenever we get problems, you have to be there to solve them. We don't ask for no problems. We know that without any problems, even Devas cannot live. So there will be some problems. But what is the varam that we ask? Whenever we have problems, samsmrita swam smritatam no himseta paramapadaha. Whenever we have problems, we have to be reminded of you. We have to remember you, and with your prasada, we have to overcome that problem. Very fair prayer Devas place. And Ambal says, Ambal now tells the future. Shri Devi Vacha, Vaivasvatentare prapte ashtavimshati me yuge. In Vaivasvata Manvantara, in Sankalpa we say, right, Vaivasvata Manvantare ashtavimshati tame kaliyuge pratame pade jambhut dvipe bharata varshe bharata kande adella solron illaya. So in the Vaivasvata Manvantarathila ashtavimshati me yuge, in the ashtavimshati yugathila Shumbho Nishumba, there will also be another asuras called as Shumbha and Nishumba. And I will be born in the house of Nandagopa as Yashoda, Krishna Akkava, Krishna Tangaya Parakrarlaya, Nandagopa Grihe Jata, Yashoda Garbha Sambhava. I will be born to Yashoda, Tatastau Nashayishyami, Vindhyachara Nivasini. I will destroy that Shumbha and Nishumba, and I will make Vindhya Parvata as my place to live. Abdin Ambal Solra. Ayigiri Nandini Nandita Medini Vishwa Vinodini Nandanute Girivara Vindhya Shirodini Vasini Vishnu Vilasini Jishnunute Nandita Medini Vishwa Vinodini Nandanute. Nandanute. Nandanutena Nandanudaya pen. People normally mistake and chant that as Nandinute. I don't think that is the right patham. The sadhu patham is Nandanute because she is the daughter of Nandagopala. That is why she is called as Nandini. Nandini, it is also the name of Kamadhenu's daughter. Vishwamitrarku Nandini abdingra Vasishtar vandu Nandini abdingra and the Mada vechindu irukkrappa Vishwamitrar varar. We all know that story. It is present in Ramayanam. How Vishwamitra and Vasishta, they fought over. Vishwamitra was not a rishi. Vishwamitra was Kaushika. He was a king at that time, but then he wanted that Nandini. So we all know that story. So Ambal is also Nandini. And Vighna Nashini. Nashini, destroyer. Vighna, any hindrance, Ambal will destroy. We all have one hindrance or the other, either for our spiritual progress, or for our material progress, or for the progress in family, or for the progress in our profession. Many hindrances will be there. We cannot ask Ambal to bless us without any hindrance. In fact, we have to learn. We have to learn our lessons from those hindrances. We have to make ourselves better. Only then we can reach the highest level. But what we can pray for Ambal is, okay, let me learn the lesson. If there is a hindrance, there is no problem. But I have to learn my lesson. At that time, please give me that emotional strength, because whenever we have a hindrance, we will be very emotional, right? Enna pannalum work out aaga maatengradhu emotional ah irupom. But the prayer should Ambal is that, okay, give me hindrance, also let me know what is the lesson that I need to learn, and then remove my hindrance. In Bhagavatam, Kunti prays to Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful stuti called as Kunti Stuti. Normally, what will we pray? When we pray to Bhagavan, okay, I should get everything that I want. There should be nothing standing in between me and my goals. அப்படிதான் நம்ம ப்ரே பண்ணுவோம் இல்லையா? குந்தி கிருஷ்ணருக்கு அத்தை. Kunti is the aunt of Sri Krishna. So she can ask Krishna anything. Krishna is also very much towards Kunti and her sons Arjuna, Bhima, everybody Krishna likes. So she can ask anything to Krishna. But do you know what Kunti asks Krishna? Hey Krishna, please give me hindrances for my progress. We don't want sukham. Please give us dukkham, because only when we are in dukkham, we remember you. If we have lot of sukham, after Rajasuya Yaga, everybody were happy. So nobody even cared to remember Krishna. And they all went to Duryodhana's Sabha and they played the dice game, and then they lost everything. And only later, Draupadi, when she had a problem, she started remembering Krishna. When Uttarai, she had a problem, they started remembering Krishna. When when they went to the forest and Durvasa Muni was there asking for food, and Draupadi did not know what to do because their Akshaya Patra's quotas over for that day. They were only then Draupadi worshipped Krishna. So normally our tendency is that we only remember Bhagavan when we are sad. We only remember Bhagavan when we have some problem. It should not be, but that is what most of us do. That is why Kunti says, hey Krishna, if we are ever happy, then we will never remember you. So please give us some sadness. Please give us some problems, so that at each and every point of time, we remember you, and then you can hold our hand, just like how a father holds his son's hand, just like how a mother holds her son's hand, and then try to move from one place to another. In that same way, you can hold our hands, and then you can move us up, you can guide us through our progress in life, says Kunti in her Kunti Stuti in Srimad Bhagavatam. In the same way, Vignam everybody will have. There is absolutely no second question about it. Even Rama had a Vignam. But what we have to pray is that at that time of problems, we should have that fortune. We should have that punyam to remember Ambal. And if we remember Ambal, Ambal will definitely come and she will remove our Vignam, because Ambal is Vignanashini. Next Shloka number 95. Tejovati Trinayana Lolakshi Kamarupini Malini Hamsini Mata Malaya Achala Vasini, or Malaya Achala Vasini. What is that? Tejovati, the one who has got a lot of money, we call them as Dhanavati. Yeah, lot of money, Dhanavati. Lot of guna, Gunavati. In the same way, Ambal is so Tejas Swarupam. Tejasna, we cannot explain. There is no equivalent word for Tejas in English. Shastrathla ketona Tejas, Brahmavarchas, Ojas, adukalla vandu there is no English word, there is no English translation. But we can see, if somebody has got lot of Veda Dhyana, if somebody chants a lot of Gayatri as a part of their Sandhya Vandanam routine, they will have a special glow in their face. Their color will be, somebody will be fair, somebody will be dark. I'm not talking about the color. I'm talking about something that is indescribable, something that attracts all of us to their face, right? So ஒரு நல்ல சுமங்கலி பார்த்தா அப்படி இருக்கும், ஒரு நல்ல வேதவித்தை பார்த்தா அந்த மாதிரி மூஞ்சி நல்ல தேஜஸா இருக்குங்கிறா இல்லையா, அதுக்கு பேரு தான் தேஜஸ்ன்னு பேரு. தேஜோசி தேஜோ மயி தேஹி பலமசி பலம் மயி தேஹி அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். விஸ்வமசி. So Ambal is that Swarupam who has got a lot of tejas, and Ambal will bless us with that tejas as well. Tejovati. Tri Nayana. Nayanam means eyes. Tri Nayana. She has got 3 eyes. All of us has got only 2 eyes. We only have Unakkan. அம்பாளுக்கு தான் ஞானக்கண்ணுன்னு 3வது கண்ணு இருக்கு. பரமேஸ்வரா அண்ட் அம்பாள் முக்கண்ணியை தொழுவோருக்கு ஒரு தீங்கும் இல்லையே அப்படின்னு அபிராமப்பட்டர் பாடுறார். சர்வமங்கள மாங்கல்யே சிவே சர்வார்த்த சாதிகே சரண்யே திரியம்பகே தேவி நாராயணி நமோஸ்துதே. திரியம்பகா, the one who has got 3 eyes. What is the 3rd eye? These 2 eyes help us to see through this physical universe, that this the current reality that we are currently in. But the 3rd eye is called as Jnana eye, Jnanakan. Dadhamite Divya Chakshuhu, says Krishna to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. When Arjuna wanted to see Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshanam, Krishna says to Arjuna, hey Arjuna, your eyes, your 2 eyes, they are not enough to see my original nature, to see my Vishwarupa Darshanam. You have to have a special eye. That eye is made up of Jnana. Only with the help of Jnana, you can see my Vishwarupa Darshanam. Says Krishna, Dadamite Divya Chakshuhum solli Vishwarupa Darshanata kaamikkarar illaya. And madri, the 3rd eye, it represents knowledge. That is why when Parameshwara, he burnt Manmatha, he did not use the normal 2 eyes. Because normal 2 eyes everybody has. Manmatha, he is an embodiment of Kama, desire. And the moment your knowledge is open, the moment you have knowledge, that is going to destroy all the Kama. Normally we think Manmatha as a person, Parameshwara as a person. Parameshwarar open banner, இங்கேருந்து அப்படியே ஒரு தீ வந்தது, அந்த தீ மன்மதனை எரிச்சது. That is why in TVs they show, that is why we also understand the story. There is nothing wrong in understanding the story like that, but we should not stop with that. We should probe the real inner meaning of the story. The real inner meaning of the story is that the moment you open your jnanam, the moment you open your eyes of jnanam, the moment you wake up to jnanam, all the kama, all the krodha, they get burned. Just like how Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Jnana Agni Sarva Karmanam Bhasmasat Kurute Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, Jnanam is like that Agni fire. Jnanam is like that fire which burns all of your karma. All of your karma, because karma is the reason for kama and krodha through vasanas. So Ambal Trinayana, she is the embodiment of knowledge. Also, the Trinayana, what are these 3 eyes? What are these 3 eyes? அப்படின்னு கேட்டா சாஸ்திரத்துல பார்த்தோம்னா, there is another explanation is also given. What are Ambal's 3 eyes? Surya, Chandra and Agni. Surya, the sun. Chandran, the moon. Agni, the fire. These 3 are the 3 eyes of Ambal. What is the use of eyes? Why do I use my eyes for? I use my eyes to look at other things, right? My eyes help me to perceive the objects that are surrounding us. Whatever that comes under the purview of my eyes, I can see. I cannot see what is behind this wall because my eyes cannot go. But I can see what is in front of me, what is, in lateral vision, peripheral vision. All these things I can see because all these places are under my eyes purview. In the same way, if Ambal is said to have 3 Nayana, sun, moon, and fire as her eyes, it means what? Ambal is the witness for each and everything that happens surrounding us. Because for all the things that happen surrounding us, Surya, Chandra, and Agni, they are Sakshi. Sunlight, during daytime, sunlight is there. During night time, moonlight is there. If there is no sun, if there is no moon, that is also okay. We turn on a light bulb, there is fire in the light bulb. So whatever thing that we do, Ambal is constantly watching us. So that can also be interpreted as Trinayana, the one with 3 eyes. So Jnanagni, Jnana Chakshuhu, that is the third eye, that is one interpretation, and Ambal as Sarvasakshi, Trinayana, 3 eyes, Surya, Chandra, Agni. So that is also Trinayana. So that is the meaning of Trinayana. Lolakshi Kamarupini. Lolakshi. So this Nama, Bhaskaracharya, he takes both these two words as one Nama. Lolakshi Kamarupini, these are two words, but he takes that as one Nama. So that is what we are going to see. Lolakshi means strees, because their eyes are constantly moving. Lolakshi pera valukku. Kamarupini, Ambal takes the form which is very, 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 very liked by all the strees. The ஸ்திரீகளுக்கு தான் ஸ்திரிய சமஸ்தாஸ் தவ தேவி பேதாக அப்படின்னு தேவி மகாத்மியத்துல வருது. So all the swarupam of strees, whatever a stree is an embodiment of Ambal, says Devi Mahatmyam. So Lolakshi Kama Rupini. Next sentence, Malini Hamsini Mata Malayachala Vasini. Malini, Ambal has got a nice garland. Malini. What does a garland signify? A garland signifies importance. அப்பதான் கல்யாணத்துல மாலை போட்டிருக்கானா மாப்பிள்ளை யாருன்னு தெரியறதுக்காக மாலை போட்டிருக்கா. இல்லைன்னா மாப்பிள்ளை யாரு பொண்ணு யாருன்னு தெரியும். எல்லாரும் மேக்கப் போட்டு இருக்கா, பொண்ணு யாருன்னே தெரிய மாட்டேங்கிறது. பொண்ணுக்கு ஒரு மாலையை தூக்கி போடு அப்படின்னா, ஆஹா மாலை நன்னா போட்டு இருக்கா, இவதான்ப்பா பொண்ணு. இல்லைன்னா பொண்ணுக்கு மேல எல்லாரும் மேக்கப் போட்டு இருக்கா. அதனால மாலையை வச்சுதான் யார் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் யார் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் இல்லைங்கிறத இப்ப கண்டுபிடிக்கிறோம். So Ambal is the most important thing in this universe. That is why Ambal is called as Malini. So in the Malini, this is a normal meaning for jovial we are saying, but this Malini has got some tantric interpretations. Srividya Upasanela, the Malini, there is a beautiful explanation, because we wear a mala, right? In the Japamalai abdin potugram, we wear something called as Japamalai. In the Japamalai evlo money irukanum அப்படிங்கறதெல்லாம் நமக்கு தெரிய மாட்டேங்கிறது. அதெல்லாம் இந்த ஸ்ரீவித்யா தந்திரத்துல சொல்றா. This Japamalai should have 50 or 100 beads. That is what according to Srividya Tantra says. So this Japamalai, if we take the Srividya Granthams, they say it should have 50 beads and with one bead as Meru. So 50 beads here and one bead as Meru. Or 100 beads and one bead as Meru. That is what it should have. And each and every bead, it represents an akshara. Matruka aksharas. Abdin solluva. A, A, I, U, U, R, R, L, E, I, O, Au, Aha, Kam, Kham, Gam, Gham, Nyam, Cham, Cham, Jam, Jam, Nyam, Tam, Tham, Dum, Dham, Nam. If we count all the alphabets, 50 will come. So when we take the Japamala has to be consecrated in a certain way. We have to meditate upon one akshara in one bead. The malakine oru samskaram irukku. Japamalai samskaramne irukku. We have to pray to the Japamala, and then we have to invoke each and every akshara of the Samskrita Varnamala in that Japamala, in each bead. Okay, Namaha, Namaha, Im Namaha, Im Namaha, Namaha, Namaha. And the Japamala Varnangala, adhik peru Varnamnu peru, Varna Matruka Varnamnu peru. So we have to invoke the Matruka Varnams on each and every bead, and then only we can do all the japa. So normally people don't know, for normal japa that we do, all these things are not needed. These are very, very technical Sri Vidyopasana matters. And this is called as Malini. Malini Tantra Rajamne or Tantram irukku. So Malini Tantra Raja. So adilalla ida patti romba detaila they tell that. So Malini means Ambal as Matrukakshara Swarupa is called as Malini. Matrukakshara Swarupa. Matruka Nyasamne or Nyasam irukku. Antara Matruka Nyasam, Bahir Matruka Nyasam. அப்படின்னு கார்த்தால் எழுந்து க க க க ங ச ச ஜ ஜ ந a I E, just like how a toddler who learns A B C D E, they will tell, right, A B C D E F G H அப்படின்னு இது ஒரு ஜபமாவே பண்ண சொல்லியிருக்கு சாஸ்திரத்துல. Not for a toddler, for a Purnabhishikta. Even that person has undergone Purnabhisheka, he has to wake up in the morning, he has to say im im rum rum அப்படின்னு அந்த வயசுலயும் சொல்ல சொல்லியிருக்கு. Because all these things are Ambal Swarupa. You know, only in our culture, the language is equated to Swami. You know, there is something called as Maheshwara Sutras. The Maheshwara Sutra says, how did the letters of Sanskritam alphabet came forth? A, E, Un, Riluk, A, Ong, I, Ouch, Hayavarat, Lan, அப்படின்லாம் சொல்றோம் இல்லையா? A, E, Un, these, all these sound, 14 sutras are there in Maheshwara Sutras, and all these sounds, they came from Parameshwara's Damaru. So they are essentially Parameshwara themselves. They are essentially Ambal themselves. So that is why we worship them as Matruka Varna Rupini அப்படின்னு ஒரு நாமாவே இருக்கு இல்லையா? Matruka Pitham, Matruka Varnam, Matruka Nyasam, Malini, இதெல்லாம் அதனாலதான் we worship that as Ambal Swarupam. So Malini, Matruka Varna Rupini. In fact, if we go to Kamalalayam, if we go to Tiruvarur Kshetram, Matruka Pitham ஒன்னு வச்சிருப்பா. அது நார்மலா நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரியாது. நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் இஃப் யூ கோ டு திருவாரூர் டெம்பிள், கமலாம்பிகை டெம்பிள், அந்த பிராகாரத்திலேயே மாத்ருகா பீட்டம்னு ஒன்று வச்சிருப்பா. ஒரு பீட்டம் மாதிரி இருக்கும். You know, it has got lot of significance in Sri Vidya Tantra. So next time when we go to Tiruvarur temple, we can see that Matruka Peetam and play up and pray our worships to that Ambal. Malini, Hamsini, Hamsa Pakshi இருக்கு பார்த்தீங்களா? அதுக்கு பேரு ஹம்சன்னு பேரு. Ambal is surrounded by that swans. Hamsa Pakshiனால சரவுண்ட் பண்ணி இருக்கிறதுனால அம்பாளுக்கு பேரு ஹம்சினின்னு பேரு. In fact, in Saundarya Lahari, Acharyal says, Padanyasa Krida Parichayam Ivarabdhu Manasaha Skhalantaste Khelam Pavana Kalahamsa Najahati Atastesham Shiksham Shubhakamani Manjira Ranita Chalata Chakshana Charana Kamalam Charu Charite. Acharya says in Saundarya Lahari, Ambal is constantly surrounded by the Hamsa Pakshi. Normally, we give Hamsa Pakshi as an example for beautiful walk. You know, beautiful walk. When a person is walking, if the gait is very beautiful, they say, aha, Hamsa Pakshi pola nadakrapar. Abdin solluvom. But the Hamsa Pakshis themselves, they are learning the gait from Ambal's movement. Abdina Saundarya Laharila solrar. So Hamsini, Ambal, who is surrounded by the Hamsa Pakshis, Hamsini. Next, Paramahamsas. Paramahamsas are yatis. Paramahamsas are sannyasis. They are called as Paramahamsas. And these Paramahamsas, they worship Ambal. Ambal is constantly surrounded by these Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Varya. அப்படின்லாம் நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா? Ambal is constantly, she is surrounded by these Paramahamsa sannyasis. Ambal is called as Hamsini. And the third meaning for Hamsa, in fact, this is what Mahaperiyava says in Daivathan Kural, Ajapa Natanam அப்படிங்கிறா. the moochu, the inhalation and the exhalation that we have, it is equivalent to hum and saha. Hamsaha, 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 அப்படின்னு திருப்பி 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 சொல்லிண்டே இருந்தோம்னா it says soham, soham, saha, aham, saha, aham, saha, aham. We have to do constant japam of this soham. Hamsa soham, Hamsa soham. It is not Tamil shokaha. Shokam, Tamil sokamna adukku vera artham undu. But this is not shokaha, this is soham. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Saha Paramatma, Aham I, Soham, I am that Paramatma, I am that Paramatma, I am that Paramatma. Repeat பண்ணிண்டே இருக்கணுமா ஒரு நாளைக்கு எப்போதும். So much so that you have to do the japam of that thing without doing any japa. What is meant by doing japam without doing japam? Rama 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 சொல்லிண்டே இருக்கோம்னா we constantly, consciously we do the japa. But once you chant that Rama Nama for so long, even though your eyes are closed, even though your mouth is closed, even when you are sleeping, you will be doing Rama Japa even when you are asleep, right? That is called as Ajapa Japam. The highest form of Ajapa Japam is to do this Hamsa Mantra Japam. Hamsa Hamsa Paramahamsa Soham Hamsa Soham Hamsaha Hamsa Hamsetiyo Bruyad Hamso Nama Sadashivaha ஏவம்யா அப்படின்னு மகான்யாசத்துல எல்லாம் வரும் அது. சோ இந்த ஹம்ச மந்திரத்தை ஜபம் பண்ணிண்டே இருந்து அது அஜபா ஜபமா மாறிடணும். Ajapa Japamna, whenever so it just mingles with your breath. You don't need your consciousness to do japam. So long as you are breathing, you will be doing that Hamsa Mantra Japam. Adukku peru dhaan Ajapa Japam nu peru. And here Bhaskaracharya says in this Lalitha Sahasranamam Bhashya that Ambal's mantra, that Ajapa Japa mantra, that Ajapa Japa mantra is Ambal is the Adidevata for that Ajapa Japam as well. That is why Ambal is called as Hamsini. ரொம்ப விசேஷமான அர்த்தம். We will share the Deivathin Kural, the portion where Mahaperiva talks about Ajapa Japam. In fact, Mahaperiva talks about Ajapa Japam when he is talking about Nataraja and Tiruvarur Tyagaraja. He's not talking about Lalitha Sahasranamam and Deivathin Kural, but in Deivathin Kural, Bhaskaracharya takes that and then he says Ajapa, even Sri Vidyopasakas, they do Ajapa Japa Mantra Samarpanam அப்படின்லாம் பண்ணுவா. So I just quoted that here. We will share the the excerpt from Deivathin Kural where Mahaperiva talks about Ajapa Japam in the WhatsApp group. So please look out for it. Next Nama, Mata, mother. Normally, after seeing all these things, we are at kind of in the middle of Lalitha Sahasranamam. Lalitha Sahasranamam has got 183 shlokas. We are at 95 shlokas. So kind of half, right? So these Vagdevis, they are reminding us, hey, please don't get scared. Hamsini, Ajapa Japam, I don't know what is Ajapa Japam. Malini, Mantraksharam, என்ன சொல்றாரோ இந்த காதுல வழியா இந்த காதுல பேடுறது. Sachidananda Rupini, all Vedanta, we say, all Advaita concepts, it comes, I don't understand anything, so can I not meet Ambal? Can I not worship Ambal? Maybe Ambal worship is so hard that I cannot do that. அப்படின்னு நமக்கு ஒரு இது வந்துருங்கிறதுக்காக here the Vagdevis are reminding us, because the first nama is Shri Mata, right? Here they are reminding us once more, kind of in the middle, that okay, even though Ambal is all those things, she is still Mata. She is still your mother. You don't need to know all these things. If you understand all these things, well and good. But even if you don't understand all these things, Ambal is Mata. So she will give, so she will always look out for you. She will always watch out for you. It's kind of reassuring நாமாங்கிறது இந்த இடத்துல மாதா அப்படிங்கிறது. So Malini, Hamsini, Mata, Malayachala Vasini, Malaya Achala Vasini. Malayachalam அப்படிங்கிறது மலையாள தேசம் அப்படின்னு இப்ப சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, கேரளா. Whatever we call it as Kerala, that land that we call it as Kerala is called as Malayala Desam. or Malayachalam. அது ஏன் அப்படிங்கிறது தெய்வத்தின் குரல்ல ஆதிசங்கராச்சாரியார் பிறக்கிற அந்த விஷயத்தை சொல்றப்போ மகாபெரிவா he explains that in detail. How did Kerala came from, பரசுராம க்ஷேத்திரம்னு ஏன் சொல்றோம், அதுக்கு கேரளான்னு ஏன் பேர் வந்தது, நாரிகேலம் அப்படின்னா கோகனட்னு அர்த்தம். Because Kerala has got a lot of coconut. நாரிகேலம் அப்படிங்கிற இது ஜாஸ்தி இருந்ததுனால தான் அதுக்கு பேரு கேரளான்னு வந்தது அப்படின்னே சொல்றாவா. சோ அந்த க்ஷேத்திரத்துல பரசுராம க்ஷேத்திரத்துல அம்பாள் தான் ரொம்ப பிரதானமான தேவதை. எவ்ரிபடி இன் பரசுராம க்ஷேத்திரம் இன் கேரளா they worship Ambal, and Ambal Sanidyam is 100% paripurnam in that Parasurama Kshetram. That is why Ambal is called as Malayachala Vasini. Why? Because the Kshetram itself is established by Parasurama. Parasurama, he is the founder of Kerala. He is the founder of Malayala Kshetram, right? The same Parasurama is who wrote Parasurama Kalpasutra. He wrote an elaborate manual for Sri Vidya worship called as Parasurama Kalpasutram abdine, because the founder of Kerala, the founder founder of Kerala is a great Sri Vidya Upasaka. When he designed Kerala, he established a lot of Devi Kovil in Kerala. Another Kerala Bhagavati Amman, Bhagavati Sevai abdina solva. In fact, Amme Narayana, Bhadre Narayana அவ நாராயணனை வழிபடுறப்ப கூட அம்மே நாராயணான்னு தான் சொல்லுவா. in குருவாயூர் க்ஷேத்ரா they will say அம்மே நாராயணா, பத்ரே நாராயணா, தேவி நாராயணான்லாம் சாங் வரும் இல்லையா. because நாராயணா is what? நாராயணா is Mahavishnu, right? Pullinga Puman, he is male. But even to worship Narayana, they will only call it as அம்மே நாராயணா. அந்த அளவுக்கு அவ அம்பாள் மேல பக்தி இருக்கிறதுனாலதான் அம்பாள் is மலையாச்சல Vasini. Next shloka. Sumukhi, Nalini, Subhruhu, Shobhana, Suranayika, Kala Kanchi, Kantimati, Kshobhini, Sukshma Rupini, Sumukhi. Ambal's face is so beautiful. Su means beautiful. Sumukhi, the one who has got the most beautiful face, is called as Sumukhi. Nalini, Ambal's form is also so beautiful. Not only her face, Ambal's form is also so beautiful. Just like how a Tamare Pushpam, na lotus flower. Ambal is just like that lotus flower. So Ambal is called as Nalini. And then Subhru, eyebrow அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா. அந்த ப்ரோங்கிற வார்த்தை இந்த ப்ரூங்கிற சம்ஸ்கிருத வார்த்தையில தான் வந்திருக்கு. Subhru, bru, eyebrows. Subhru, the one who has got beautiful eyebrows, is called as Subhru. And then Shobhana, Suranayika. There are a lot of varnana of Ambal's eyebrows in Saundarya Lahari, in Saundarya Lahari, in Mukha Panchashati, etc. We will see that because this nama comes often, this topic comes often. We will see some of the shlokas from Saundarya Lahari at some other time. Now we will move to the next nama, Shobhana. Shobhana, Ambal is Saundaryavati. சௌந்தர்யவதிங்கிறதுனால அம்பாளுக்கு சோபனான்னு பேரு. அம்பாள் ரூப சௌந்தர்யம், அம்பாள் குண சௌந்தர்யம், சௌந்தர்ய லஹரி அப்படின்னே ஆச்சாரியால் பாடுறாரு இல்லையா. அவ்வளோ சௌந்தர்யமா இருக்கிறதுனால அம்பாளுக்கு சோபனா அப்படின்னு பேரு. சுர நாயிகா. சுராஸ், அசுராஸ். சுராஸ் ஆர் தேவாஸ், அசுராஸ் ஆர் அசுராஸ் மீனும். சோ அசுராஸ் ஆர் ராட்சசாஸ், அரக்கர்கள் அப்படின்னு ராட்சசர்கள். Suranayika, Ambal is the master of all the suras. That is why Ambal is called as Suranayikas. Vedas say, Upanishad says, Bhishasmadvatas pavate, Bhishodeti suryaha, Bhishasmadagnischendrascha, Mrityurdhavati panchamayiti, Bhishasmat vatas pavate, Bhishaha udeti suryaha, Bhishasmat agnischa indrascha. Everybody do their work. Sun, it comes up daily, it sets. There is not one day where sun says I am going to take rest on one day. Sunday I want to sleep in. நம்மெல்லாம் சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, சண்டேனா 10 மணிக்கு தான் எழுந்துக்கிறோம். Sun does not have any Sunday because Ambal is behind the sun. Ambal is the master for that sun. Bhishodeti Suryaha, Bhishasmadagnischen, Agni, fire, Indra, everybody, they do their own work because of Ambal. Ambal is Sura Nayika. Next nama, Kala Kanchi. Kanchi na Kantha Pradesha. The throat is called as Kantha. Kala Kanchi. Ambal's throat is very, very black. Normally, we only think as Parameshwara as Kala Kantha because he drank the Hala Hala Visham and Ambal stopped the Hala Hala Visham onto the throat of Parameshwara. That is why Parameshwara is called as Kala Kantha, because his throat is blue in color or black in color. But Ambal is also called as Kalakanti. Ambal's throat is also black, because whatever is the Swarupam of Parameshwara, Ambal will have the same Swarupam. There is absolutely no difference between Parameshwara and Ambal. In fact, Samskrita Shlokatha vida Tamilல சிலப்பதிகாரத்துல இத பத்தி ரொம்ப நன்னா சொல்லியிருக்கா. Mahaperiva, he talks about this in Deivathan Kural. சிலப்பதிகாரத்துல வேட்டுவவரி அப்படின்னு ஒரு போர்ஷன் இருக்கு. முழுக்க 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 கொற்றவை வழிபாடு, துர்கை வழிபாடு தான் இந்த வேட்டுவவரியில வருது. மதியின் வெண்தோடு சூடும் சென்னி நுதல் கிழித்து விழித்த இமயா நாட்டத்து பவளவாய்ச்சி தவளவாள் நகைச்சி நஞ்சு உண்டு கருத்த கண்டி, நஞ்சு உண்டு கருத்த கண்டி வெஞ்சினத்து அரவுணான் பூட்டி நெடுமாலை வளைத்தோள் துளை எயிற்று உரக கச்சுடை முளைச்சி வளையுடை கையில் சூலம் ஏந்தி கரியின் உரிவை போர்த்து அணங்காகிய அரியின் உரிவை மேகலை ஆட்டி சிலம்பும் கழலும் புலம்பும் சீரடி வலம்படு கொற்றத்து வாய்வாட் கொற்றவை இரண்டு வேறு உருவின் திரண்ட தோள் அவுணன் தலைமிசை நின்ற தையல் பலர் தொழும் அமரி குமரி கௌரி சமரி சூலி நீலி மாலவர்க்கு இளங்கிளை ஐயை செய்யவள் வெய்யவாள் தடக்கை பாய்கலை பாவை பைந்தொடி பாவை ஆய்கல பாவை அருங்கல பாவை தமர் தொழ வந்த குமரி கோட்டத்து அமர் இளங்குமரியும் அருளினல் வரியுறு செய்கை வாய்த்ததால் எனவே. Beautiful description of Ambal exactly as Parameshwara's Swarupa. If we take this shloka, if we know the meaning, it is just like Parameshwara. Madiyin Ventodu Sudum Senni, the one who has got Chandra on her head. Nudal Kirithu Vilitha Imayanatattu Pavalavaichi. Nudal na netri. Nudal Kirithu Vilitha. அப்படின்னா the one who has got third eye. இப்ப பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா, திருநயனா அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி third eye வச்சுட்டு இருக்கா. பவளவாய்ச்சி, தவளவாள் நகைச்சி, the one who has got red lips, the one who is smiling, showing her nice white teeth. நஞ்சு உண்டு கருத்த கண்டி, the one whose throat is black because she drank hala hala poison. Abdina aramchu. Now the time is up. We will see this beautiful meaning in the next class. We will continue the meaning of this nama in the next class. Kariyin urivai porthu. Normally we think gaja charma dharap peruman, gaja charma dhareshwara abdinu parameshwaran dhaan per. And gajamna யானையோடைய இத போத்துன்னு இருக்கிறதுன்னு பரமேஸ்வரனுக்கு ஒரு ரூபம் உண்டு. நார்மலி we think only Parameshwara is like that, but in Silappadigaram they say Ambal is also like that. So Srividya is all about Namasamyam, Rupasamyam அப்படின்னு சமயாச்சாரம்ங்கிறது பேரும் ஒண்ணுதான் ரூபமும் ஒண்ணுதான் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா ஸ்ரீவித்யில. அது அப்படியே எடுத்து காமிக்கிற மாதிரி இங்க சிலப்பதிகாரத்துல இந்த வேட்டுவவரி அப்படின்னு பேர். If you guys can read Tamil, if you guys have got some interest in reading Tamil, then you should read this portion. Very beautiful description of Ambal. Mahaperiva tells that in Deivathangal. That's how I know. Otherwise, where do we study Silappadigaram and all? So if you can go read the Vetuvavari from Silappadigaram. Beautiful description of Ambal. We will continue the nama Kalakanti in the next class as well. With this, we will finish today's class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.